Welcome back. Welcome back to Colorful Conversations. This is a great month. It is February 1st. We completed 1 month, our first month. And how you feel about it?
I feel really good. I've learned so much about myself
In just a month.
in just a month.
Yeah.
So it's just like to follow that journey in just a month. It was just like the things that was revealed and that I seen was just amazing.
Yeah. I would have to agree. When God gave the idea to do this, like we didn't really have no plan. It just was like, all right, let's just sit and talk. And the way it started is crazy because even in 30 days, the way it started is not the way it is now.
Right, the things that we thought that on how it would go.
Yeah.
Because just think about it. We don't talk regularly. So by the time we start talking, 12:28, I want to get the time so I could make sure it's going over an hour. But by the time we haven't talked and we be talking about so much stuff. So this gave us an opportunity to do that on a weekly basis versus I haven't talked to Keisha in 6 months.
And it ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what happened because we recognize things about our friendship.
Because it's a difference between I ain't talked to her versus I haven't talked to her.
Yeah.
I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah. Which brings me to our video from the car where I told you that since this is February, of course, it's Black History Month. And we're gonna definitely celebrate that.
Of course, look at me with the we rocking.
You rocking
I'm
this.
Rocking lots. It's stilettos.
And I am rocking Lizzo's line, Yitty, which she got some of the most comfortable stuff. You know, I love her stuff. So
I love her, and I wonder what's going on with her because I know she has some stuff going on. But what I want to say is that she's part of my journey that changed my life.
Really?
Because
the concert.
I'm a music girl.
The concert. I remember.
So I've always listened to her. So I had to go to that concert. I cried. I've been to 2 concerts where I've cried, and it was her and Jill Scott.
Really? I was with you with Jill Scott concert. It wasn't that concert.
I didn't cry that time, but when I went with Star.
Okay, keep going.
I cried. And that weekend, which I talked about in previous episodes, was the best weekend of my life. Remember that time? Because I was just like, everybody celebrated me. And I had never felt like that before.
Yeah. I remember that. I mean, I didn't know that you cried at
because it's just like that little girl in me.
But you're just like your online journal though, when I text you after I read it last night, and I text you in the middle of me reading it. And
you did. You said that childlike.
That childlike, I said, you doing things backwards, like from now you're going back to childhood. And I think I am too though. And I say that because I now enjoy single life rather than trying to be married in the relationship.
Stop!
And feel completely whole with that.
Whereas I'm just like, I've been a girl's girl my whole life. I've been always doing what we doing because I've always been trying to heal, the friendships that I can't, or just really get somebody to understand me.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, and with last year being so great, this year for my birthday, where the man at? I told him about them little back roads I got. I'm just saying.
You ain't trying to have a girls' dinner this year?
Well, listen. I got flued out last time with my homegirl. Like, this time I'm trying to get flued out. I told the girl the other day, I said, do you know I'm 47. I'll be turning 48. I've never been on a vacation. So every time I done shared that bend over the balcony,
it was on the
I didn't meant that. Babe, where you at? I didn't meant that bend over the balcony. But you know, he got to come with a little change. Because I ain't trying to be bent over the balcony where anybody can see me.
You a fool.
Okay, let me stop. Sorry, Daddy. But you know, this your daughter. I'm coming out. I came out.
Stop saying I came out because they're gonna think
you're right. You're right. They're gonna
came out the other way, and you don't.
You're right.
Go
and this is way. The thing. This is why it's always wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
Jeezy got a song called Wordplay. That's one of my jams. It's always wordplay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I learned football through words, not through watching it.
Oh, really?
My son wrote a paper on how to play football because he played football. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand. As much as I watch it, I can't understand. I learned football from reading.
Mm.
So watching,
did you help him write that paper?
No. So when we sat and watched the Super Bowl, I was rooting for my team because I wanted my team to win, but deep down inside, I was just like, they not gonna win. But I'm just like, you know, underdog. And I had just watched the movie Underdog. My home girl, like I said, flew out. She referred it to me. Good referral. That movie was so good. And then I'm just like, okay, here we go. In the movie, they didn't win. But that just wasn't your time.
Right.
If the movie kept going, if Snoop Dogg bring us a part 2 of Underdogs, they gonna win. Cause I'm winning.
and listen, I will say,
look, you see, I put the straw in here this time because I'm like that slurping noise, and it's a little bit closer. So I'm thinking, you know, because I'm a lady.
It wasn't even that bad though. That's what was funny. It wasn't even bad. You was like, it wasn't even bad. But yeah, you said this, like I said, this is Love Month. We're going to talk about, or the month of love. And I think you just said it when you was like, hey, I'm like loving myself. You said a few minutes ago in some type of way. But self-love is the best love.
And I didn't realize, you know, like I have a lot of people who, how we just talked about when I call you and I haven't talked to you in months and we have so much to talk about. And even now we don't talk. We just do this as a catch-up session. But I have so many people that never understood my isolation. But I think that was me growing more into loving who I was without nobody around. And we need more of that. Because what does love look like?
It's so funny how we discovered today walking in here about how our love was in our life example was the same, but different at the same time. Yours was with friendship, platonic friendships. Mine was with romantic relationships. And it's the same lesson. It's the same lesson.
It's the exact same lesson.
It's the same lesson.
So it's just like it's the switch is happening. Where it's like when you said I'm gonna be a wife, and I you know, I say I'm gonna marry.
Exactly. I'm gonna get married, but I'm saying I'm gonna be a wife.
And one of my friends told me, well, you got to date them first. You got to get engaged. So it's levels to it. I got to be his friend first because I know what friends are. I know what a friend looks like. So now that I know that, I'll know if this person loves me without having to say anything because I'm reading his body. Because like I just said, I learned football from reading, not watching it.
I don't think that I was ever friends with people I was in a relationship to. And I think I didn't look for friendship. I looked for that romantic relationship first. Then once you feel like, oh, I need a friend in this person, I started trying to get a friend. And by then it's too late.
I have one friend, and we're friends till this day. I haven't talked to him on the phone or anything in a very long time, but he was probably the only person that I can say I was ever friends with. But I was a part of his whole circle and everything. But he was my friend. I would never do anything that would bring harm to him or his family. But I really think, like, thinking back, other than Jordan's dad, other than them two, that was it.
That's the sad part, is you don't realize it until it's not
everything
too
else
late,
was just you using my body as a vessel.
And how we ain't doing that no more, okay?
Yes, I've been celibate for a very long time. This in my fingers. That's what's open. Listen to me.
And I'm just getting there in my 40s, where I'm learning that I ain't about to let nobody use my vessel at all. I don't care how much I enjoy it.
Are we having a flashback? Alrighty then, let's move along, because I got a family and we watch this together.
Okay. Woo! Sorry, children.
Imagine the behind the scenes of watching my family when we watch this. Imagine that.
Right.
Banks will be like, oh my God. Right. But you know what? He ain't gonna say nothing because Banks too cool.
Girl.
So what else been going on? I text your son to tell him congratulations.
Yeah,
did he tell you, or did he not say anything?
He did not say anything, but he don't really tell me much, because he
knows how to move in silence, because you set that example for him.
Yeah, he does move in silence.
Yeah. See, we set examples for our kids, but it's how they learn it. You may not learn it by watching.
He definitely does move in silence. He does not tell me when people call and text him. He does not say anything at all. So he moves in silence, and he's doing well. Report card just came out. He's a 3.8 student. He got some offers to a couple of colleges. He definitely wants to go to an HBCU, but they don't offer like any money really, and that's where he would like to go. He went on a Black College tour last year.
Let me stop you, because if we believe in for anything, and we done just talked about, I feel like we said 30 days. Like, let's do a 30-day challenge.
Then he gonna get offered to a
HBCU. Let's get a 30-day challenge,
because TSU.
We all have things that we aspire and want. And what's the worst thing that can happen? It don't happen right now, because it's divine timing. And whenever it happens, it just happens, just like having a baby. That you don't care nothing about them 9 months. You just know that baby coming. It's divine timing.
Yeah.
So you just trust in it, you believe it, and you do whatever your practices are. We doing our first 30-day challenge.
Yeah, he would like to go.
Ain't even got to be limited.
So.
Make a long list.
We want full scholarship. Full scholarship. He academic and athletic. He's an athlete. So take a look at him. He got videos out there. Take a look at him.
Yes.
So,
I'm excited because, and this is something else. This is like with love and loving and friendships. I'm gonna say relationships. I ain't gonna even do it, versus this or that.
Platonic versus romantic.
Yes, because I can never get those words right. Because I be wanting to say platonic and friendships, because I guess because I'm trying to put them all together as they should be. But anyway, I've always supported you behind the scenes, because I admire single mothers. And I used to feel some kind of way when married women would call themselves single mothers, because I would be like, you don't know. But life has taught me that there are plenty of married women that are single mothers, because those dads are not as involved. But with that being said, both of your kids are doing very well. And I have never, like, I don't come to the games. I've never watched none of that stuff that Gabby did. And
I just told you about she on Disney Plus right now, girl. God is amazing.
And because it's a documentary, I'm going to watch it. And this is going to be like my first time, but you've never came at me or looked at me. You've always said, if you want to watch it. Oh, this is this if you want to watch it. Gabby doing this if you want to watch it, but you've never held a grudge.
No. Nope.
You've never held a grudge.
No. I mean, I don't get mad like that when it'd be me at the games. And they're, and their dad sometimes when he not, busy, but it'd be I'm there. As long as I'm there. I think that's what people need to understand is more than anybody, they need to see their parents. They don't need a cheering section.
Because let's think about one of the episodes you said how you were taught. Because when you're a child and you first born in this world, you don't know anything. Your parents become your God. And then they instill whatever beliefs in you and you choose from that point. So there's always a choice.
Yeah.
But your parents that's who you look up to.
That's who you look up to. Yeah. Yeah. But
once you come out of that and know that.
Well, that's the difference though.
The Most High.
That's the difference though. Like, I don't think that you and I raise our kids like we were raised.
And do you know the other day Jordan told me that he would not raise his kids like how I raised him.
Yeah.
And in that moment I felt some kind of way, but it's just like, girl, why you feel some kind of way? You made a whole episode talking about what you could have done differently. So you know what? Yes, grow, learn from, and take what I know now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what I know now, like you said, I'm in my childlike energy. I know what a kid needs.
Yeah, yeah. And I was that mama that was mama. Like we talked earlier about, well, not earlier today, but just over the course of these years, how you let Jordan cuss in front of you.
Whatever, Jordan was born in 1995. Don't y'all be stalking my baby. We're divinely protected. 1810. 1244. I got to say these numbers so I can remember. But listen, we're divinely protected. But whatever year Juvenile Back That Ass came out, my baby sat in the back seat
listening to it,
sang it with me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm a lady.
Yeah, we don't raise our kids like we were raised. Like, I mean, I'm that mama.
I'm just like, I'm not about to. I talk about my niece. I be like, just cuss. And she turning 21, and she never has. And it's just like,
that's how my kids are.
No, you ain't got to do that.
We had a whole conversation.
But I'm gonna accept you for who you are. I still peer pressure them. Yeah. I peer pressure them all the time. Cuss.
That's what I was gonna say. Is one time me and my kids had a full conversation about they want to cuss in front of me. And I was like, why all these kids be disrespectful and cussing in front of their parents? And, where we on judge, I'm like, I hear kids cuss all the time, and I don't think one way or the other.
But if you watch Underdogs, them kids cussing.
So I'm like, but they were like, can we? I said, well, go ahead, cuss. And they was like, we can do it. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
They probably sounded so silly.
And they was like, okay, we about to do it. Okay, go ahead, do it. We about to do it. Do it. And then I'm like, you can't do it, Kate.
Even better. So they stuck to who they were, just like my oldest niece. Yes. She stuck to it.
Yeah, stuck to
because it was just like, I'd be like, do it. Even when we listen to the stuff in the car, because we listen to trap, she not cussing.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah, I don't
so it's important, like, on how you were raised, what you take away from it, what you walk away, and to choose you. Yeah. I choose me.
Yeah, and I think that
I'm doing the mic thing.
Yeah, you patting on it.
Yeah, my bad.
They
turned it off.
They probably hear boop boop boop.
That's my bad. I choose me.
Girl, no, we definitely wasn't raised well, no, we definitely not raising our kids how we were raised because our kids spoiled. Yours too. I know
What else you
mine.
got?
Hmm.
What else you got? Let me let me hear your spoiled kid story.
I know my spoiled kid story, not like your spoiled kid story.
Who's spoiled?
I know it's not.
JB not spoiled.
Child. JB has the same mindset as you had before in life, probably when you were buying and shopping and not thinking about what you were buying. And people were thinking you were materialistic, but you were not. I mean, I was just like, did you have a Hummer once? So I'm like, well, I just, why would you buy a Hummer?
That was cute. Them H3s was cute.
I just,
my daddy went with me that day, and I remember it was so happy. That was a wonderful experience because I had never had that. I always bought my car, and I've had a lot of cars, but I've always went to the dealership and bought cars on my own. So this time I had my daddy. I had all the car already picked out because I picked my cars out online. Like, girl, we get there, I see a different one on the lot. I said, Daddy, it's that one right there. And we waited there all day, and that man waited right there patiently with me, and I got that one. You was right, because why did I get a Hummer? My driveway is narrow. One day I was yelling at Jordan back into the house. So many cars I've hit that house. It's just like, I can't wait to have that bigger driveway. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't need that. But let me say this, because I didn't realize that. So I want to say thank you, and thank you, Spirit, for talking to us both right now, because I've always bought Jordan material stuff. And when I look at the stuff that Jordan has now, it's just like, he don't buy him clothes. When I worked in the retail store part-time, I was buying him stuff from there. And that's the stuff that he had. It's just like, I don't even know the last time that he done bought a pair of shoes. Because for him, material things are nothing, as they should be. It's just like, we want those things, but he functioning just fine with his God without that stuff. Just like I'm functioning just fine without my own vehicle being parked in my garage.
Nice vehicles.
Yeah.
But you're going backwards. Remember, I would drive a hoopty. Now, I'm like it. I mean,
but you know what? Nah. Ain't no going backwards. I'm going forward because I ain't gonna need no. I don't need no car because I got a driver. Like, 30-day challenge. We gotta watch what we saying.
Hey, I believe it. I believe it. Believe. When my client gave me this, I didn't know why she gave me this, and I put it in my studio, and it stayed there. And then I was like, I'm gonna take it home. And this wasn't even thought of when I did that. But we say the word believe a lot. And when I put it right there too, it was like, man.
Yeah, I think we might have even said it on one of the episodes. I'm not for sure, but I feel like we did.
So thank you.
But I just don't be remembering. It's just like.
So thank you, Millie. My girl Millie, who come and see me once a month and get her eyelash extensions done. And she like 65, and she is thebomb.com. And I told her, I said, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I will say, anybody who know my mama know that she would not walk out the door with that lipstick on. She'd be like, I'm about to go to the gas station. Wait, I got to get my lipstick. She didn't even care if it would be like a little on her teeth. It would be like, whatever.
Child, listen. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be like, whatever.
My mama, she would look at us across the church. And I think I was like 14. She would be like, some on your lips. She did.
This one I'd be like,
she did.
I'm kind of bougie, but I'm kind of hood because my nieces, they like that. Like, they for sure like my mama, girly girls. Like, I think my oldest more my mama than my mama. They because the other day my youngest was putting lip gloss on 100,000 times, and she just like, I don't want my lips to be musty, crusty, dusty, and she kept doing it, and I'm just like, I ain't even swiped Vaseline on mine today,
girl.
But see, I'm stepping into my femininity more and more every day. I keep saying that.
We stepping out of the masculine.
Mama, I got this on for you.
I had my femininity, but maybe I had the more masculinity in
because it's a yin yang. Like I said, it's in us all, but we have to because just like when you think of a man, I think of him as hardworking. When I think of a woman, I think of she's soft. She's the flower.
A lot of women don't want to feel like that.
But wait, go with what I'm saying for just 1 second. But the man has to have a little bit of that flower in him. Because if I know now that I want somebody to be romantic, you gotta have a little bit of that in you. That's why we say it's balance, yin yang.
You remember that episode we did that cut off? I told you that when you were involved with situations, and I was like, you so hard, you gotta soften up. I did tell you. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like,
I remember my friend telling me that. My friend that I talked about earlier told me that. Yeah. He also warned me about a few other little situations that now I didn't listen to.
I mean, well, I didn't listen to my mother. Ma, oh my gosh, she must be in the room, because why am I talking about her so much? But I didn't listen to my mother when she would tell me things about relationships, and I would be like, he ain't like that. He good to me. I love him.
And see, I never had that. I never talked to my mom about any relationship.
Oh,
ever. And that's the thing, where people look on the outside, and you know how close I was to my mom, but I never discussed that. The things I know about that, I learned on my own and through others, and it's probably why it's easier for me to be that C word. Because it's just like...
Yeah, I always talk to my mother about relationships. She knew every boyfriend.
I love that.
She knew everybody.
That's why everybody was on that couch. We all know that couch in the back room.
Girl, everybody would come visit her and talk to her, because she was that person who got along with everybody, even though she would tell it like it is.
You're right. Because she would deliver it. And even if it wasn't delivered in, because she never delivered me news in like a sweet, like she was coddling me.
Right.
But my feelings was never hurt. I took it.
Our mothers had the same. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Our mothers had a similar spirit towards each other that we have as friends. They was cool with each other, and they would do for each other. I remember the day you went in labor with Jordan. It was Memorial Day. And
I tell Jordan all the time, I'm sorry I have to say this, and I don't mean to cut you off, because that's something I don't.
No,
I want to respect that. But that day was another day. Think about me when I talk about the girls and camaraderie. That day was another day, because my whole group of friends that I love was right there with me. And I'm pretty sure every last one but one are still a part of my life today, even if I haven't talked to them. So I've had that. And I remember my mama stressed out like it was the holiday. And I don't know, somebody brought her food.
That's what I was about to tell you. It was my mother that was cooking.
All this time I never knew. I don't even think.
You didn't know that?
I tell Jordan this story all the time, but I don't think I've ever known where the plate came from.
My mother barbecued that day, and when we was out in the weight room or something,
because he was born on Memorial
Day, and my mother was like, "I'll come get this plate." You know, they had cell phones. I think I called on a payphone or something, because she wanted to be updated on what was going on with you.
Really?
And
I forgot about no cell phones. Like my mama had to answer the payphone.
Yeah, my mama answered the phone and she was like, "Come get this plate for her mama." And I went and got, because he was born in Sinai, right around the corner from pretty much my parents' house. And
don't y'all be looking my son up. Okay.
I'm sorry. Well, he's single and he's fine. So, and he's smart, he's intelligent, and he called his mama darling. Darling.
I love you.
So,
Six
you know,
Banks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my mother,
and he an artist.
My mother sent the food for your mama that day to the hospital.
I did not know that
I
it
thought
was
you
your
knew
mama.
that.
I know that my mama got a plate, but I don't always think I thought one of my cousins brought that plate or something. But thinking back, like I just don't even know.
Yeah, that was.
See, that's sometimes how memories be so distorted, and sometimes you need to talk with a person to clear up some things, like communication, because I never knew that. Now when I tell this story about how beautiful it is when Jordan was born, I know that I'm including your mom in that story.
I did not know. I thought you knew that.
No. We can move on because we about to be set on this. It's gonna be, I thought you knew. Like, sorry. Like, we gotta move on.
No, but this is the month of love. This is the month of love, and I'm excited because even in my single life, just today, I got booked for every weekend.
Shut up!
Every weekend in February, I got something to do. Every weekend. And and not to make it sound like it's a date. I'm just saying I have been invited to events or something, you know, where my life is not, you know, about a man. You know, it's just
where you're experiencing life.
Yeah. February 1st today, it was like back to back.
Remember when you said that you wanted to give your clients an experience? That was even a part of your whole thing. So now, through your clients, you're having the opportunity to give what you've been giving them an experience.
Yeah. I got
feel like clients. This one dread is just
sticking straight up.
Yeah,
well, they do that though, because
they can't even see it.
I wore a ponytail today.
Some people ain't gonna be able to see what you see, and that's okay.
Hey, that's how it is.
Because who needs to see it is gonna see it.
So we're gonna be talking about love this month. We're gonna be talking about all facets of love, friendship love, workship love. We're gonna talk about relationship love. We gotta talk about that. Everybody gonna want to know what we view.
What you want to start on today? We got about 30 minutes where we can.
Well, since we already talking about our kids today, I would say my thought process on love. People always say unconditional love. The most unconditional love we have is from God, from Jesus, from Christ, our Lord and Savior. He loves us in spite of everything.
Because we talked about this in the car and we said ain't no such thing as unconditional love. And we was just like, you only had that for your kids. And I said, yeah, that stuck with me.
That's what I was about to say.
It's crazy that you brought it up. And I don't know what your view is, but it's one word that I know now. I do believe in unconditional love. And I think it's one word that defines unconditional love. And it's forgiveness. Because no matter what your kids do,
you're going to forgive them.
You're going to forgive them. And that's what leads it to being unconditional.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking, I don't think there's anything.
Unconditional love because I can forgive you. And how I accept you in my life after what you do, you know, it's just between on how it is. So this is where my little crazy part gonna come out. No, tell me, because I'm not gonna forget. Tell me how you gonna describe your unconditional
That's
love.
What I was gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
You
was gonna say the same thing.
I was gonna say I feel like the love we have for our children is unconditional love because I don't think there's anything they can do that will make me not forgive them. you know, I don't think there's anything they could do to make me not forgive them. So, I think they was the best part of my story, my life. I don't think that there is. I mean, I work. Everything I do is for them. So, I mean, you talked about that in the first episode, I think.
Yes, I did.
So, yeah, my kids is everything, and I've tried to be the example of a great mother, like I feel like my mother was. You know, that's what I tried to be. Just to maybe another level for what this generation needs to understand, because this generation, they don't really respect their mothers and stuff like they should. I mean, I said, like we said, our kids are spoiled, but
we talk about all the time. Like, I know everybody done posted like bring back the 90s, but we need a 90s kind of vibe. Life was a lot different. Life was a lot different because now, you know, people are scared to help their neighbor because they don't know what the reaction is going to be. And sometimes, like I said, that little kid just crying out in the corner because they just want to be heard. They just need a voice.
Yeah.
To have a voice, to speak it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, we can agree and just or disagree or whatever and keep going. Just like on that car ride, how I talked about me and my friend, we just kept going in the text. Some people drink, I don't drink. I remember going. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I might have a glass of wine, you know, because I'm a lady, it's a little classy. But I'm not going getting that Patron margarita. I'm not getting that.
Okay.
And I remember I went through this before. It was years ago at like my first little mortgage job. I don't say little because this was pivoted me.
Yeah.
And that was a pivoting point, but I didn't choose the right path. I made a left, so it took me a little longer to get here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's how life goes. So that was at a point I remember going out with my cousin, my first cousin. And one of her friends said, "You don't drink? I want you to have a good time. You're not having a good time. Why are you not drinking?" But it was just like, I don't drink. So you can have a good time.
And not drink, yeah.
And not drink.
I didn't drink the entire month of January. It was, some people call it dry January. I didn't know that until after the month had started, but it was very dry. And I felt like it was making me like gain weight because I love me a lemon drop. Obviously, I have on yellow. But yeah, you know, I actually was like, I look like a banana, but no, the reference was a lemon drop. Thank you, Holy Spirit.
Yes, not a banana. We have to watch what we say to ourselves.
Yeah, so January was dry January.
Delaying that path.
Yes, you're right. So I removed fear that I start to feel today for a minute.
I remove fear that I fear every day. So I guess in saying this, I'm going to have a new mantra where I'm going to say, I am fearless.
Yeah, I remove fear because
I am fearless.
Yeah. I have to say I remove fear because it be trying to come up against me when I know something good is happening for me. And I get scared, like, oh, like that time I told you I felt the spirit in this room by myself that time. And I was like, I felt God literally wrap his arms around me. And then I called 911.
911 is significant. Remember, we seen 3.
Oh, yes.
Remember that. I said that and we seen those 3. But I'm saying, yes, remember. But, and look at where we are.
Yeah.
Look at how you've decorated this for us to be able to do this.
It was in this very room. And I was like, oh my God. That's actually that was the complete moment of healness for me. You know, I already felt like I was healing.
And the angels just...
Yeah. I already knew I was healing. Thought I was healed at one point, but it was like, no, you still not completely healed.
Right. But, and I keep saying every day. Because when you stay in the now and focus on the now, it's so much that you can be grateful for.
Yeah.
And there's things that you can look forward to.
Yeah.
Because so I watch anime, and I'm a little different because I like fairy tales.
I mean,
so
yeah.
I'm watching Snow White anime, and the prince said to her, "We're not gonna worry about the past." It was like 50 some episodes, I think 52, and it took a long time to get there. But it was like, we're not gonna worry about the past. All we have now is now, and we can look forward to the future. So it's okay to plan, but I'm not about to get stressed out because in this moment right now, everything is clear. I have not worried about my finances, and I've said that over and over and over. And with this position at my job called part-time, but I'm really on call, my money, it fluctuates. So today, my sister said, "I'm gonna give you $100. I know it's not much. And you can do whatever you want with it." And I said, "Thank you for the $100, but girl, I'm gonna need a ride to get a mani-pedi." And she said, "Oh, you're not gonna get your nails done?" I mean, no. She said, "You're not gonna pay no bills with that?" And I said, "No, that's for God to worry about."
Yeah.
I didn't lose my full-time position to be in a position of stress.
Yes.
He just came and said, "Oh, okay." Because you know what?
I'm gonna give you just what you need.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah. For today. So right now, today, everything is taken care of. Yeah. And I praise him for that.
Yeah.
Everything is taken care of.
And that's why I'll be thinking too, like, I never worked from like sun up to sundown.
And just think of all them hours I used to put in overtime.
We said our life was opposite.
For stuff.
I wouldn't work like that, but he'll give me just what I need.
I had on my computer for years, money is the motivation. And one day I took that down and I threw it away. I never knew, but now I know that was God talking to me. Because it was just like, stop chasing the money.
Yeah.
I don't chase, I attract.
Yeah.
Wealth, abundance, all of that comes. And like we keep talking about, what it looked like to me is not what it looked like to you.
Yeah.
But the universe is plentiful.
That's enough for everybody.
Everybody. I think that's a song. Everybody.
I don't know the song.
Of course you're not going to know the song.
We listen to opposite songs too.
I feel like we're slowing it down. It's at 43 minutes. You want to keep going, or you want to come to a close?
We can come to a close. I mean, I say this at the end of every show. We never planned what we're going to talk about. We was absolutely led by the Holy Spirit, and today went a little different to start, and we started in our car because we didn't want nobody to miss anything of how God is really real.
And how he's working for us collectively and separately.
He is so real.
Because all of our visions are not the same. I do this every time. I be like, let's come to a close, and then I have something else to say. But all of our visions are not the same.
And I think he has chosen us to share a message of him in a way that he just getting across at this season in life. Like I said, we look at Keith Lee and how he's blessing people. Man, you can't tell me God ain't in that. Like, and he's blessing people because he want other people to be blessed.
I think I done said on every episode about this. Well, not every. I think you done mentioned him before, and I done said something. But I'm like, do I even know who Keith Lee is for real? So that's gonna be my assignment, to make sure this Keith Lee that I got in my head is her same Keith Lee.
I think
Keith Lee 111.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me say this. It's a leap year, and like I said, my mother is a leap year baby.
Yes, my curls. Dorothy, represent Mama
Purple
Dorothy.
was her favorite color, so Keisha switched it up on me and put the red lipstick on, but it was her ideal to wear purple lips. But I think it was just on her birthday. I don't know if we have talked about the semantics.
That's what I thought. It was just on her birthday.
But either way it goes, there is a sale every week. So check out my brand that I started. And all the info is in there, so I ain't even.
I had it on last week, so I can't.
We've been wearing
but
it.
go
and
back
I'm
to
gonna wear
last
something all week in her, or every week in her, or a month in her honor. See what I'm saying? And that's something else, like on my blog, where it was just like people say, like it's kind of hard to follow, but sometimes in life you make mistakes and then you have to correct them. See, I'm making my mistakes, and I'm looking at my mistakes, and I'm correcting them on how God leads me to correct them. So sometimes I'm not going to go back and get that typo, because they teach us to read between the lines. And I think that that's the one lesson none of us has ever caught. A lot of lessons they teach us and they say to us, we catch it and it keeps us underground. But that read between the lines, read between the lines.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop.
All right. We will see you all next time.
Oh, like and all that. Go through your.
Oh, we forget all the time. Child, we just be talking. Go to our YouTube, like the page, subscribe to the page so you can get notifications when we post. Share it with somebody. Share it with one person. I think we said that last week. Challenge you to share it with one person so they can follow us and get to know us too.
Thanks.